Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. The big leagues continue in FC25 with now even more massive SBC players leaked to be coming this week before Team of the Year even starts, but SBCs that we will probably be looking to get done during Team of the Year as we open up all of our save packs, and it creates what we've been longing for on this game, guys. That grind for players that we know we really can't afford off the market, but getting them done for a lot cheaper via SBCs, the crafting, all the upgrades that are out, and the packs that are out during Team of the Year. This is what we were wanting, man, and EA's finally turning the corner with Icon SBCs and big player SBCs to bring us that content, it looks like, during Team of the Year. But of course, this is starting as soon as today with more SBCs incoming with these big leagues. We got to talk about the market as well, guys. Fodder just continues to go up as people continue to do SBCs, invest, doing icon picks, hero picks, and we have these insane SBCs incoming. What's that going to make for a fodder market movement this week, and how is that going to impact the rest of the market? It's very difficult to try to trade right now because prices are only going one way and they're going down, and there's still more leaks that we're expecting to impact the market too. But of course, there's a lot of people who are looking to buy for teams. We're going to shed some light on that situation and where I expect the market to go today and tomorrow as well. So let's get into it, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up, and of course, subscribe if you are new. Now, let's look back at yesterday's content to start things off really quickly. There really wasn't a whole lot yesterday, but how are you going to follow up a day on Saturday where you dropped an 86 plus unlimited hero pick, a mixed icon player pick, and Jarzinho? How are you going to follow that up, right? You really can't. Now, we had one player SBC yesterday, and it was Eric Bailly. He was one of the leaked cards that we saw a couple of days ago. We got his SBC. It is absolutely dirt cheap. 84, 85 rated squad for one of two versions of numero foot Eric Bailly, one with long ball pass plus, and the other with intercept plus. The one with intercept has a little bit better defending and dribbling, and then of course this one's got better passing pace, and he's got multiple passing playstyles: pinged, incisive, he's got press proven, still has anticipate, slide tackle, and bruiser. In my opinion, if you're gonna do this SBC, I think the long ball one is maybe the one who's a little bit better, but the intercept plus one is very good as well. He's got more defensive playstyles, he's got aerial, and he does have defender plus plus as a center back. So he just doesn't have anticipate, but it's very cheap. If you want this card, if you're collecting players from La Liga, if you want Eric Bailly, maybe for a pass and present or whatever, it's only 59,000 coins. It's very easy to get done. And once again, I will mention, this SBC is out for 2 weeks. And during the next 2 weeks, a lot is going to change on this game. This could end up being an SBC that we do, like I mentioned with the one from yesterday, just for fodder purposes, just to get another 88 rated card into the club. I know it's not that high of a rating, but that's kind of the way we're going to have to take a look at some of these SBC players, even like Forlan and some of these other cards that get dropped in the next week or two. That's the new kind of mindset we'll take, especially as we try to craft some of these big icon and hero player SBCs that are going to be coming out. Now, the only other piece of content that we had yesterday was numero foot challenge 4 for a tradable pack. And the one thing I do want to mention is the daily refresh inside of SBCs. The 81 double upgrade goes away today. We're expecting some new upgrade packs there, but if you want to get these done, I actually don't think these are too bad to do, as long as you're not draining your club too low, because we definitely need a lot of gold, rares, and commons when we get into Team of the Year for the upgrade pack grind. You need a lot of those in your club to start off. However, if you want to open some packs right now just to try to fill your club back up with some fodder, 81 and aboves, make sure you're doing your daily bronze, silver, and golds, and then maybe you rinse into those, of course. And the last thing to mention is the packs that I'm doing every single day, the 85 double. We still have one more day of these, but those are absolutely paramount to be saving up for Team of the Year if you want your best shot. 85 doubles are usually one of the higher rated upgrade packs that we get in SBCs. We could have some more upgrade packs to come. That's one of the big things we'll be looking forward to with today's content, but that was all that we had yesterday. Again, it was not a very crazy day. Most of the craziness came with the leaks, guys, and let's just get straight into that. The biggest news in this game right now is all of the icon SBCs and the big name player SBCs that are about to drop. And the key thing is, these SBCs are coming as soon as today. I was even expecting one of them yesterday, as there was a leak before the content drop, but it actually didn't happen. But we're expecting to see 3 massive player SBCs this week as we lead up into Team of the Year. That's kind of what we're calling what starts tomorrow, as numero foot is ending. These cards are going out of packs tomorrow in this game. All like how many ever there are. There's a lot of numeral foot cards in this game right now. However many there are, they're going out of packs tomorrow, and there's probably going to be nothing in packs from Tuesday until Friday, and that's when Team of the Year attackers will be coming into packs. But however, before we get there, we have these SBCs. But EA is releasing these SBCs with the pricing of the market and with us opening a lot of packs during Team of the Year in mind. This is the first tweet yesterday that really started things off on a crazy note. We had an Icon Brazilian, Icon French, and a Dutch leak kind of teaser here from ASY Foot Trader, who's been leaking a lot of these SBCs. And all of a sudden, by the end of the day, we had a huge list of players that are coming as SBCs, guys. This is crazy. And the crazy thing about it is, just as we mentioned yesterday after the Jarzinho SBC dropped, EA's really turning a corner, man. We have had very few expensive SBCs this year, apart from like Cruyff, Vinny Jr., Puteas, like grindable cards that felt like they were worth grinding for, over 1 million coin type SBCs. And here we go. EA is giving us those types of SBCs, cards that we normally would not be able to obtain. If you have like 100K, you're going to be able to get this Ronaldinho SBC done over the course of its time being out. If you grind the menus, grind the upgrade packs, get rewards from the gameplay modes, and that's the lovely thing about these cards coming as SBCs. Is the craft. Not to mention the Team of the Year craft, where we have so many upgrade SBCs and kind of like a method of crafting where you're doing specific SBCs to get a whole bunch of packs at one time. The League SBCs are usually popping. There's usually like a crafting objective as well. And of course, there's a whole bunch of other upgrade packs and objectives and the weekend league rewards and stuff that everybody's grinding for. It's just packs, which makes these SBCs a whole lot more grindable. Now, we got to talk about prices. We got to talk about some of these players. But let's first talk about the players, guys, right? Vieira. That's an insane card. That is the type of midfielder that people are searching for every single year to anchor their defense, especially with the CDM position on this card. CM, he can fit into any of your midfields for sure. And he's kind of like the golden standard when it comes to a big midfield player. Now, he's 1.4 million coins. And of course, with this leak, he's been dropping. Over the last couple of weeks, I mean, guys, a week ago, he was 2.3 million coins. And now this card's 1.4 mil because his SBC is coming out. Now, like we saw with Jarzinho, his price tanked upon his leak, and once his SBC came out, his price on this card of the market tanked as well, because if a lot of people started doing Jarzinho, or they know they're going to be doing Jarzinho, so they don't need to buy him right now, same thing's going to happen with Vieira, with Ronaldinho, and with Jab Stam. If I'm going to be honest, Vieira... I think Vieira I would rank as maybe the lowest hype of the 3 leaked cards that we're talking about today of SBCs that are coming out soon. Vieira is great, but there's a lot of midfielders that you could say are similar to him, right? Or that do the same job as him. Dino, this is the biggest one, guys. There's a lot of people that play this game that chase getting this card every single year, or they just dream of having Ronaldinho because he's the player for them that really, brought them the love of the sport, right? Trickster plus Ronaldinho is built diffy in game every single year. He's 4-star, 5-star, of course. Sorry, 5-star, 4-star with the skills. He's got, again, the Trickster, finesse shot, first touch flare, technical Trivella. He's got wide playmaker plus. That's the only thing that's a little bit unfortunate now with these cards, like these base icons being released as SBCs, is they don't have the added rolls and stuff to them. A little bit unfortunate. I don't think EA would change anything about that versus the SBC version versus the one that's on the market. But that's one thing I just noticed there that I figured I'd mention. But if you're looking to get Ronaldinho, you're about to be able to get him. Now, the price is going to be the interesting thing for this Dino, because if he's 2.8 mil, and again, this card was how much 2 weeks ago? He was 3.5. So, yep, again, he's down 700,000 coins from where he was. Probably going to drop a bit further as well. How much is this SBC going to cost? Well, all of these SBCs are kind of going to be overpriced. Like we talked about with the Jarzinho, they know that when these SBCs are out, they're out for a long time. They're going to give us plenty of time to be crafting them, and all the packs are going to be out during Team of the Year. They're not going to make them that cheap. This Jarzinho is overpriced, in my opinion. I hope they do better with Dino, Stam, and Vieira, but I could see a Ronaldinho SBC coming in somewhere around 3.5 million coins. I hate to say it, guys, but that's where I could see it coming in at. He might be an outrageous number of squads. If Jarzinho's 2.1 mil and he's 24 squads, I mean, Ronaldinho might be 35, 36. That's kind of where we're guessing he might be, with a lot more higher rated ones in there for 89 rated, maybe even 90 rated squads. Hopefully they do higher rated, less squads, if you know what I'm saying, because that way It would be a lot less players that you have to obtain to turn in. That would be my hope, is like maybe only 27 or 30 squads for Dino, but more higher rated ones to get the price that they want. Again, it's going to be expensive, but it's going to be craftable at the same time. So that is one thing to mention with the Dino card there. And then I think this is the second most hyped SBC because A, it should be a good bit cheaper than the others, and B, this dude is an absolute tank. Every time that I've played him, again, this card was 1.5 mil for a while. Now he's only 800K. I mean, shoot, in the last two, he was 1.4, 1.5 mil literally this last weekend, and now he's half that price. This SBC hopefully is coming in around 1.2 to 1.3 million coins. That would be my guess. I mean, hopefully, you know, it's less than a million coins where his card is now. But again, we know with how these EA prices are, especially right now heading into Team of the Year, that's where I would expect this one to be. But this is a card that's going to be a lot more easy to complete compared to these icon cards, and he's going to be a center back that for a lot of us goes boom straight in the team, and he's very overpowered in game, a lot of people say. So that's kind of what I wanted to mention with these. We still have the Kingsley Coman SBC that's not released yet. Of course, he should be released this week as well. Still waiting on that one. Thought we'd see him over the weekend, but we haven't. But Vieira, I didn't mention a price for him. Let me shout a price for him. I'm going to say probably like 1.7 to 1.8 mil. I'd love to be wrong and overshooting these price points here, but I can't see EA releasing these for cheap. Again, like what we talked about with the Jarzinho, these are going to be expensive, but again, it's not even about the price. It's the fact that you have the ability to grind for these players during Team of the Year. If it's a player that's emotional for you, you got to absolutely go and do it. And it gives you that opportunity to get the card done for way cheaper than whatever an SBC price tag would say on the game. Now, a lot of people are like, Nate, these cards, like you mentioned, they're a little older, right? Vieira, Japstam, Ronaldinho, a little older now. We're looking at 2 Playstyle Plus players. Some of the best SBCs last year were the 2 Playstyle Plus cards. As of right now, guys, we have no leaks as to what cards are going to be released as Team of the Year icons or flashbacks or other SBCs during Team of the Year. Those are kind of the next leaks that we're really looking forward to. That could really be the decider of, do you do an SBC like Dino or Japstam, or are you waiting for, remember last year we had a Team of the Year, was it Saliba last year? Yeah, we had a Saliba last year, we had a Modric last year. Of course, we had the flashback Bruno Fernandes, we had the Team of the Year Sawa, and Team of the Year Best SBCs that had 2 Playstyle Pluses that were insane. So those are kind of the SBCs that we're waiting on leaks for right now before we really determine and say, hey, I'm going to look to do one of these big SBCs this week. But again, just to mention it, those SBCs that we're looking at for leaks wise, we're expecting all of these to drop this week on this game. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably one of these 4 every single day for the next 4 days in this game as EA set the tone and get this game ready for Team of the Year. Now let's talk fodder, because guess what? With those leaks, guess what's going higher? SBC fodder cards. Guys, they are almost extinct. Bonmati is 41K. Her max price is 42. Rodri is also 41K. Max price of 42. These cards are going to be going extinct, and you already are seeing people start to prepare for that. Guys like this Harry Kane, he was 40K yesterday. Now he's 48,000 coins. People are going to want to do these SBCs once they're dropped. They're not even going to want to wait for Team of the Year. You're seeing fodder demand through the roof right now, and it's crazy that EA graded or basically lowered the price ranges on these cards this last week. It really makes absolutely no sense. If they know they're about to require it a whole lot, why are these price ranges lowered? I hope that these upgrade, but I'm going to be completely honest. When it comes to price ranges with EA, we never expect anything to be done very fast, especially with fodder and cards like this. Now, if EA were smart, they would upgrade the price ranges, because that would mean they could drain more coins from the market. And of course, we as investors, if you still have fodder, would like that, because that means you could sell your card for more coins as well, right? There's a win-win scenario there. But I wouldn't expect EA to do that, which is why I sold out of all of my Rodris at 39,000 coins, the ones that I've been holding for months. We talked about that and looked at that on the second channel yesterday on stream. If you want to check that out, I'll link it above, up here and at the end of the video. But fodder, guys, if you have any still on the high tier, you can sell it if you want. I sold mine because I didn't want to mess around with these cards being near max price. I didn't want to mess around with a potential market ban. That's just me being extra cautious, especially ahead of this big promo. Like I've mentioned, if you have that fodder, feel free to hold if you want to go for it and you hope that EA updates the price ranges, or sell if you're happy with the profit, because I think we need to sell before Friday. Even though these SBCs are coming out, once we get to Friday, the pack supply is going to be crazy. There's going to be lightning rounds at all times in the store. There's going to be a bunch of packs open, and it's going to make fodder drop drop could be investable on Friday night. We'll talk more about that later on in the week, but I think you want to sell that fodder on the low tier before then. The fodder right now that I still like is the low tier. I think you want to buy the low tier here soon, guys, either today, specifically before tomorrow on Tuesday. 84s in the low 2K range, 83s at 850, and 85s under 5K. They're even down a couple hundred coins right now, 4.8, 4.9. Those are decent prices for those cards. We're going to have more packs coming for Team of the Year warm-up, so I wanted to mention that. But I think hopefully EA manages the prices of fodder during Team of the Year with supply on the market and with upgrade packs that they give us to keep the prices of these SBCs down. Because, of course, the cards on the market, like Japstam, like Dino, like Vieira and Jarzinho too, they're going to be dropping as more and more people complete the SBC and less people, of course, are buying that card off the market. So fodder's probably going to go up for the rest of this week. That's when we want to sell it still. I mean, those leaks have really just made fodder continue to rise up a bit more. But like we mentioned, we're still waiting for leaks of what SBCs will be getting during Team of the Year that could bring some even bigger players. So that's the big news. Crazy big icon SBCs, and it's really exciting. Like Dino, I would be super down to use Dino. That Japstam would go boom straight into my team for sure. So it now just becomes what other SBCs are EA going to drop before we decide where our hard-earned fodder goes. Now, one thing about Team of the Year that I have to mention, because it ends today, early today, is the vote. Guys, the men's, women's vote for Team of the Year ends today, which means leaks could be coming in as soon as later tonight, because that's what's happened in years past. The voting ends and the leaks start to pop. That's something we're going to be very attentive to this week, is when do we actually see leaks for the official Team of the Year players. That information could be coming soon. Again, the SBC leaks that we could be having during Team of the Year will be coming soon. This week is a huge week for like news and info related to this game. Pack code. We're going to be looking very closely at the pack code this week. We should be seeing stuff added for like packs to open before, during Team of the Year warm-up, and then packs that will be added in the store, and maybe exchange packs, like that sort of packs. We'll be watching the pack code very closely, but the first step of that is the Team of the Year vote ending today, and of course EA then compiling it all. I'm sure they've been already doing that and starting to create the cards already, which is why we should see the leaks very soon. Now, we've talked about the market, but let's talk about the market a bit more, because a lot of you guys are starting to wonder, Nate, when do I need to be buying players for my team? As we head into Team of the Year, the market just is continually dropping. These numero foot cards especially just continue to fall. Even guys like gold Kylian Mbappe, right? Yesterday was a big day for Kylian Mbappe to drop off. He went from 1.46 down to 1.4 and is now under 1.4. He's in 1.3 million coin range. Now the question is, when's the low point on the market for these top tier upper echelon players that you want to buy and hold post Team of the Year for the market rise that happens every single year, which again, we're going to continue to talk about that more this week. I don't think we're at the absolute lowest of the lows, but I will say this, just like we talk about before every big promo, like we talk about before Black Friday, for example, with the big market crash there, and then a lot of people are looking to buy cards for teams. We are entering, as I say, the low period. Between Wednesday, Thursday, I think that is your low period for a lot of these cards that are out of packs. Again, you want to focus on, if you're going to buy somebody for your team, the most elite tier meta players. Maybe today we get the Japstam SBC. So a guy like this, Lucio, potentially drops down a bit more. Wow, 1.16. That's very low, right? It's very low for him. It's down a ton. Or maybe it's like Road to the Knockouts of VVD. You're like, Nate, he's going to get a Team of the Year, right? Yeah, but his Team of the Year card's going to be really ridiculously expensive. He's 2.8 mil at the moment, you know? I have been watching his price super closely, but what I would tell you to do is, if you're looking to buy somebody like this, you know, like Mbappe is probably a good one for his special versions, for like his Thunderstruck, which is 7 million, and this Total Rush Mbappe is like 2.6. This card fluctuates, right? You're just going to want to keep watching these cards very closely, and when you see another hour or two of panic, you're going to want to hop in between sometime on the market today and on Thursday. Again, a lot of people, this is the other thing to consider, a lot of people had just made millions on investing and selling fodder cards, and that was the first time this year where we saw that market movement be so prevalent, because prices on the high tier on fodder went up a whole lot. That means there's a lot of people with coins right now, maybe it's some of you guys, and you're ready to buy, you're antsy to buy. Again, if we looked at the graphs last year, it's starting to have very similar trends to last year's market. There was a crash before Team of the Year. Prices went up during the weekend, and then prices went down. Now we're seeing prices go lower, right? Hyunmin Son, he did go under 1.2 mil last week for a little bit of time on a Wednesday, but we're seeing prices get back down to that low. Like the Mbappe that we just looked at, he's lower than he was last week. I think a lot of people are looking to those cards that are getting lower than last week, and they're saying, man, is it time to buy soon? I still think there's a lot of leaks out there that could be impacting some cards. Like, you know, let's say we get somebody like, I keep using this example, flashback Kevin De Bruyne. He's not in Team of the Year voting. This is a perfect example of a card that could get a Team of the Year flashback SBC, and then this card would get absolutely tanked. But if he's not getting one, this card's probably going to rebound really well, and that's a card that you would want to invest in as somebody who maybe is going to go into your team, right? So again, I think we're in that time of the week where you want to think about buying, but it's just very risky still to buy just yet. But again, we're in that low point. The only trading that I'm doing right now is I expect the market to probably still drop down a good bit more today, especially if we do get a Jab Stam, if we do get a Dino, any one of those big name SBCs could continue to cause panic on the market. People are still doing the icon and the hero picks. I'm only doing some light trading, buying one or two of a card that I think has just dropped off a ton that I think is going to rebound a little bit, right? Like this Rudiger. If we just look at his graph really quick, the reason why I bought him at 300,000 coins where I just did, wow, he's rebounding right now, right? Because cards like this are out of packs and they still have decent fluctuations. Rudiger yesterday went from 330 to 370, and then he was like 340, 350 for most of the day. Like this card for Rudy that I just bought at 300, I'm probably going to look to sell here at right around 340,000 coins. Like I'm actually going to list it up right now. They'll go 339 because I want to make sure I get the quick sell. I got a Holland snipe here at 699, under 700K. The Jab Stam is coming out. I still don't want to mess with Jab Stam with this card, you know. So this card goes back up to like 790. I'll definitely be selling the card there. Still have the one Kimmich there, and I did pick up a Sophia Smith on bid. You can make trades right now. Again, but like I mentioned, you just have to go with rare out-of-packs cards, and I think you just got to be careful with it. Like this Saliba is another one. I know I'm looking at a lot of center backs, which is probably a little more risky than other cards. And of course, the numero foot cards are still in packs too. They're very rare. They're very interesting to watch. I think they could end up being good trades. This Eder Militao is probably going to be a great buy as we head out of this promo and into Team of the Year, as people want to use an Eder Militao card. Links to other Madrid players might be in Team of the Year. That's the sort of stuff that you need to be watching for if you want to buy it for your team or make investments for a rise in the market. I just think, and I wanted to say this, we're getting to the time where it's close to time to buy, but it's going to be really tough to time the exact time. So anytime between today and Thursday should be a good time to pick up on those cards. That's enough yap there for the market. Now, let's take a look at a couple more leaks because we're expecting more content today on Monday. I'm not expecting it to be a big day, apart from maybe one of those big player SBCs, whether we get Dino, Jab Stam, or Vieira today. I think we get one of those three, but it's a Monday and we have some SBCs expiring. I think tomorrow is going to be the bigger day of content for the upgrade packs, but the 81 double is going away like we mentioned. The 85 double is going away too. And there should be some other upgrade packs that replace that today. The 85 double is going away tomorrow, not today. But replacing this 81 double today will hopefully be, I don't know, maybe a 78 plus player pick. Maybe they'll give us our first 80 plus player pick of the year since they're doing it big. Watch out for upgrade packs today too, along with one of those big player SBCs. Evolutions, it's worth mentioning. There's a whole lot of, what do you call this? There's a whole lot of drama right now actually on X, Twitter, about leaks. And for Evolution specifically, there's guys saying that they got leaks for Team of the Year Evos. Some people are saying fraud, some people are saying true. How about we just sit back and wait and see what drops in the game, and then we'll be able to decide who's got the real leaks and who's just blowing smoke. But Foot Agent is saying that there's a base stats upgrade to playstyles and a no playstyle plus upgrade for 87 rated cards. And this is after the one that we just had, which is interesting. Doesn't sound like that crazy of one, but if Gendouzi fits it, it's another 87, max 87 requirement, or I guess you would say it fits cards that are 87 rated in this evolution. So that's something to kind of watch out for an Evo potentially coming today. Again, I don't expect today to be really that crazy, which is why I'm okay risking it on a few of these cards that I'm investing in, especially because if you guys were in the stream yesterday, I'm trying to make some risky moves and trades here to try to get myself up to 10 million coins. I'm very, very close. Like I'm 100K away. So if I make 100K today, I'll finally see that number up there of 10 million and I'll be super duper happy. So again, I think the leaks, one more thing about the market, the leaks determine how the prices on the market move today. If the leaks continue to be crazy, then there probably will be more drops. You have Weekend League that's still active and out there today. And I think last week, like we saw, those low prices were on Tuesday and on a Wednesday, right? It was Tuesday and Wednesday. You saw more drops. You saw big drops on Sunday, which is what we saw yesterday too. Then you saw more drops on Monday morning. Then you saw more drops on Tuesday. And I'm hoping there's a bit more of this. But I feel like a lot of people have already sold off during the weekend. So maybe the low is sometime tonight on Monday or Tuesday. So I'm just trying to be as accurate as I can and really guess as well as I can for you guys who are looking to buy cards for teams. Okay, last thing. We have the FC Pro cards that are playing today. Once again, it's Group B. And the cards that you really want to take notice of are Xavi Simons, Karim Benzema, and Palacios, because those are the players that really have market value that you could trade in and out of today. A lot of people remember Bino Gittins, of course, from last week, whose card went absolutely bananas. He's literally extinct still, but it's because he was super meta and he got 3 upgrades. His pro player absolutely cooked. I would not be investing in Xavi Simons today. His card has not dropped at all. It's actually gone up even further. In a market that's crashing, this card's going up. Seems like a good idea to sell him, right? Selling in the hype is always a safe place here. Sure, he could go up. There's 2 upgrades on the line today for him, of course, because he is the pro card for Anders. He hasn't even earned 16 points yet, so if he earns a 16 and then qualifies, he would then go up to a 91 rated card, and he would also get a roll plus. So we go to a 91 rated and get a roll plus, which this card would look bananas on a 91 for sure. He'd go 90 passing, 92 dribble, 85 shooting, and 89 pace, which would be nuts for sure. But with Team of the Year still right around the corner, this is a card that I would not hold too much into today. Now, if Benzema, if you look at his tracker here in FutBin, if his pro light goes off today and he gets up to 10 points and qualifies to the knockout, I mean, he really probably isn't going to get 16, but if he gets the 6-point upgrade and gets the 5-star weak footer skills and then gets a +1 roll plus in an alternate position, and he gets the +1 overall for a qualifying to the next round, this card could really balloon in price. Same thing with Palacios if his pro cooks too, right? He got 2 upgrades. He's sitting in a decent position at the table. It just depends. But it's a little bit too risky for me right before Team of the Year comes out to really be messing around with a whole bunch of that. There is the second half of the objective today, which is really nice because this means that we're going to be getting, if you watch the pro event, an 84 times 5. That's a nice pack to be saving for Team of the Year. So watch the pro matches today and be watching out for that. Of course, free packs there for just watching those games. So the pack stash continues to grow. The coin balance is trying to grow a little bit as well. But right now, again, like I mentioned, we're just kind of in that waiting game with the leaks and what is impending to be dropped. Really controlling the fate of the market right now for the most part. So we're going to continue to follow it very, very closely this week, guys. As we get more news, leaks, and information, we'll be covering it all here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe before that. We'll be active in the streams, trying to get as many packs built up and our clubs prepared up as well. We'll talk more preparation stuff as we learn more and how to get your club prepared the best for the start of Team of the Year later on this week too. And we'll see what this market does, guys. If you enjoyed this video today, drop a thumbs up on it, comment below if you have any questions, and of course, subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys in a video tomorrow and a stream today. Make sure to check out the second channel. I'll link that above again right here. Have a great Monday, and I will see you guys later. It's been TheFutAccountant. See ya. Peace out.